there's no other tourists around. There is literally no one. I've walked up and down this like island. No one's here. There's a family. Coral is so cool here. Honestly, it's the best snorkeling of my life. Gotta go through the hardest work to get to the coolest places. And now we're leaving our beautiful homestay. Okay, we have arrived at our third homestay. Geez, sorry. I don't even know what day of the week it is. Okay, we're here for 3 nights. We're almost towards the end of our trip. Well, we're over halfway. I'm sad already. How beautiful is this place? So where we are, there's actually no house reef in front of us. It's just beach. I kind of wanted something a little bit different just because I personally love just running along the sand into the water, and I haven't been able to do that at the other homestays because it's coral straight away, so you have to be super careful. Anyway, so this is a nice change, and obviously you can see like the sand is stunning and powdery and very soft. So this place is called Ampat Sunrise Homestay. We're actually the only ones, so they rebuilt all the huts, so all the huts are completely new. They even have a fan in them, which is very fancy. That is luxury to me right now. So we left Diane Homestay this morning. Diane Homestay was amazing. We had the best time there. And I think obviously the homestay itself was incredible, and the snorkeling and the diving was out of this world. But the people that arrived, we just had the best time with. Like the second day, a guy solo traveling arrived from America. Then the next day, a couple from Germany arrived. And then the day after that, a solo female from Switzerland arrived. And we all just got along so well. And everyone was just also quirky. And I think when you're traveling these types of places, you meet some really cool people, because to be honest, it's not for the high maintenance traveler. It is not for the precious traveler. You have to really love the purpose that you're here for, and that is the ocean. If you don't love the ocean and everything you see inside it, then you will struggle with the rest of this. Or to be honest, you just have to be pretty chill with showers, no running water, no electricity. Anyway, so we're at this new homestay by ourselves, and I'm kind of missing my friends. We had the best time, and then on the morning we were leaving, so this morning we were sitting on the pier at the restaurant, which is where we would all eat our breakfast, lunch and dinner together. And Dad in the distance jumps up and goes, "Dugong!" Now dugongs are really, really rare to see, incredibly rare. I've only ever seen, actually this is the first time I've never seen a dugong in my life. So hard to see. Anyway, so they ran to grab their snorkels, jumped in. I then tried to fly the drone to keep an eye on the dugong. Anyway, they were all in the water and the dugong swam right underneath them. But because the visibility this morning was so bad, it was only like a couple of meters, they didn't even see the dugong underneath them, and I was like screaming at them from the pier, being like, "Hurry up guys, it is right there, open your eyes." It was so annoying, but it was a really special experience. And then we left, we got on a boat, and now we're at Pham Islands, which is what it's called on maps, but technically it's called Pham Islands in this region. That's what the locals call it. And then the village is just over there to my left. So yeah, it was quite nice having new friends to hang out with. It's always nice having some cool people to meet. They gave me some good tips on other places to explore. And I think that's some of the best parts about meeting people on trips, is that, especially trips like these, you clearly have similar interests to them. So they'll give you good recommendations on really remote places they've been to that they think is really worth it. So yeah, I've got a few new things added to the list. So you can stay in a homestay or you can do a liveaboard. So the homestays are obviously quite rustic. There's usually no running water. There's generators at night for a few hours. You don't usually have any service. One of the homestays we stayed at had a Starlink, so that was very luxurious. Although to be honest, I personally really like to use this time to get away from it all and be completely off grid. So I actually enjoy it. At first I was like, oh, that's gonna be hard, but now I've just come to love it, and it's a big reason why I enjoy it here so much, apart from every cool thing I get to see in the ocean. Anyway, so there's the homestays, which you can book through Stay Raja Ampat Homestays. That's a website that has all the homestays on there. And then the second option is to do a liveaboard. Now, a liveaboard usually caters just to divers. You dive usually 3 to 4 times a day, so you have to be really into diving. That's probably too much diving for me, but they can range from being budget to very luxurious. And the luxury ones, or even the mid-tier ones, have running water, they have hot water, proper beds, electricity, aircon. Air conditioning is something that I think a lot of people would struggle with here. No air conditioning and no cold drinks. To be honest, I'm completely used to it now, and I knew what I was getting into when I arrived, so I honestly haven't been craving a cold drink at all. The only thing I'm really craving is an iced mocha, because I haven't had ice or an iced coffee in a long time. Now, Raja Ampat, whilst the homestays are cheap and all food's included, it is very expensive to get around. Fuel here is insanely pricey. So all the boat trips are basically just made up a fuel price. Locals barely make any money from it. So would keep that in mind in terms of getting around. It's definitely a lot more expensive than other places in Asia, but it's worth it, because look at where I am. Like, come on. Stunning. Okay, and there in the distance you can actually see, I think that's a liveaboard going off to its next island. The benefit of that is obviously all the travel time you do, although there's not much travel time. It's probably a few hours in between islands if you're on a long tail, or an hour on a speedboat. Hey, I love these things. They're delicious. They're banana fritters. Thought I'd do a little hut tour. This hut is our most luxurious hut that I've stayed in, and I'll show you as to why it's so fancy. This is the deck area. And then this is my bed here. Now, it's fancy because, see this bad boy? It's a fan. A very rare sighting in Raja Ampat. Okay, and then gets even more fancy because it has a toilet, well, an ensuite, and a shower. But that shower has running water, which is very exciting. And then the toilet flushes. To be fair, the water only runs for part of the day. It's not always running, but it's the little things, and that actually means I was able to wash my hair, which is very exciting. So yeah, that's why it's so luxurious. And then this is the view. Okay, what do we have here? Chicken. That's a delicacy in Raja Ampat because it's usually just fish. Soup. I think that's soup. Eggplant. Noodles. Delicious. Good morning. I had the worst night's sleep last night. Even though there was a fan, which is very luxurious, somehow mozzies got into my mosquito net and I got attacked alive. I was so itchy last night. Also, I'm just really itchy from my jellyfish bites too. Anyway, I'm so tired. But exciting things, we are going to Melissa's Garden, which is one of my favorite. I've snorkeled here before. It's one of my favorite snorkel spots in the entire world. It is incredible. So we're going there, and then we're going to climb up to the top of Pia Nemo, which has a view of some of the mountains coming out of the sea. It's a really beautiful view. Anyway, so that's our morning activity. We're about to take the boat just after I have breakfast. Sick. Okay, and for breakfast we have pancakes. I don't know what's inside them. Also don't know why they're green, but they're delicious. Wow. Look at this. Stunning. There's Dad. Always happy to be on holiday. Yours. Brought by our friend. Oh my goodness. Good morning. We are on day 10, I think. I don't know what day it is and I don't know what number we're up to. Anyway, I had a really shit sleep last night because there were so many mozzies caught in my mosquito net. I don't know how they were getting in, but anyway, I was getting attacked all night and I couldn't for the life of me. Every time I would get rid of them, they would come back in. So that was annoying. Anyway, and then this morning we are doing a massive snorkel and day trip. We're going to Pham Wall, which is a really good reef. They have amazing coral there, really bright, colourful, soft coral, which is my favourite type of coral. And then we're going to Rufus Island because there's really good snorkeling around Rufus Island. I have been a year ago to Rufus Island and from memory, it was my favourite snorkel place. So let's see if it's still my favourite. A lot of things have changed a lot even within a year. I've noticed there's like more plastic. The reefs have changed. There's a lot of bleaching to the north of Cree and Gam, which are two islands on the north. So that's really disappointing. Cree, which is where I last went, has 60% bleaching on their coral, which is really, really disappointing and super sad. You definitely see the impacts of climate change a lot quicker here. The fact that I was only here a year ago and already so much has changed is pretty insane. Anyway, we are then going to Napoleon Reef and then we'll have lunch on the beach. So yeah. Breakfast, we're having my favorite. They're the banana fritters, but these ones have chocolate on them. Oh my god. Yum. So I've been told that there's cold Coke on this island at this store. So let's see if it's true. I haven't had a cold Coke in 2 weeks. Hello? I see Coke, but is it cold? No, it's not cold. Devo. Oh yeah. Beer though. How much was that?
$10.
$10.
It's not cold.
It's not cold, but it's half cold. Can't wait. So basically there's no refrigeration on any of the islands. Obviously there's no electricity. So everything runs off generators. So there's no fridges really. That's why you can't get any cold drinks. This guy's just caught some fresh fish. Let's go see. I'm coming back to take a photo again of the fish.
We will give you one fish for you.
For me?
Yes.
Oh, I think I'm worth more than one fish. I know, crazy. We walk back to our homestay. Stunning, gorgeous. There's our huts. We're staying at Sunrise Homestay. There's a big cross just to remind us of our Lord as soon as we wake up, and then there's our hut, and then that's our dining room down there. But look how stunning this place is. So sick. This is another homestay next to ours. It's super cute. Plus they have a deck. Okay, so this is everything I packed for my 2-week trip to Raja Ampat. This is the second time I've been here, so I have definitely learned from my mistakes. The newest addition were these 2 fans. They saved my life because there's obviously no air conditioning, there's no running water, no service. So this helped me sleep because it is so insanely hot here. Okay, obviously you need a really good snorkel sets. Okay, and then in terms of clothes, this is all swimwear. This is clothes. You really don't need much. You need pajamas and basically linen pants and a linen shirt. I obviously have 2 robes, one for when I get out of the shower and one for when I get out of the ocean. Okay, and then in terms of skincare, you really don't need much. Honestly, all you really need is toothpaste, toothbrush, and this, a detangler. The detangler is so important because it's really hard to wash your hair. So that helped me a lot with all the knots. And then I also brought a power board because the generators come on for a few hours each night. So this is really important to maximize your opportunity to charge all your tech gear. I have a lot of it. I brought a jar of Nutella. This was another addition the second time round because there's obviously no sugar and no chocolate, and I have a sugar addiction. What I would also bring, this time I brought a stinger suit. That's been really important, and a mosquito net for my hammock. Now, this time not every homestay had a hammock, which I wasn't expecting because last time they did. So I had a mosquito net for a hammock, but no hammock a lot of the time. I would definitely also now just bring a hammock. And then on top of that, I would have brought reef shoes because I have cut my foot again. And then you need a lot of the first aid, betadine, all the antibiotics. There's obviously no doctors. You're very far from a hospital, so you need to deal with everything yourself. And that's everything I packed. Okay, so we're just waiting for the boat to pick us up. We are then going to Gam. It's our final island. I'm very, very sad. I love it here, but to be honest, I have a cut on my foot. It's like deja vu all over again. And I have a feeling it's close to being infected because it's hurting a lot. So maybe it's not the worst thing that it's coming to an end because I probably need to stay out of the water and keep it clean. Anyway, so we're going at 8 a.m. It will take an hour to get to Gam, and then we're just spending a couple of days there. And then I'm hoping we can go to Wyag. Wyag is like 5 hours away. It's a very expensive trip, but I didn't get to go there last time, and it is one of my dream locations. So fingers crossed we can get there. I also had a much better sleep last night because I figured out where the mozzies were coming from. It was my final night and I figured out where the mozzies were coming from, which isn't super useful, but they were coming through the floorboards. So even though there was a gap in between the beds and the floor, they were coming up through the floorboards. Anyway, so now I didn't get bitten last night at least. Waiting for our stuff to get picked up. Okay, we're just getting breakfast. Let's see what we've got today. I don't know what this is. Whatever. I was hoping it would be my banana fritters that I love because they're my favourite. Okay, so these are the fam islands. This is our homestay here. We're staying at Sunrise. On the first day, Sunrise there. On the first day we went to Pier Nemo, which is that beautiful viewpoint. Then we went to Anita's garden and then Melissa's garden to snorkel. They were okay. I wouldn't rate it. Okay, and then on the second day, we started again from Sunrise Homestay. And then we took the boat all the way to Rufus. Now, Rufus is my favourite snorkeling spot, potentially in the world. I love it. Dad doesn't agree. Fine, it's one of the best in the world, I think. Not as good as Batana, maybe. Okay, and then we went from Rufus, and then we went to the Fam Wall. Fam Wall is really cool. There's a lot of cool coral there. And then we went to Anita's garden for a beautiful beach lunch. And then we finished at Napoleon Reef and we ended up at Gloria. So we swam around here to Gloria. Gloria is where I stayed a year ago. It's a good homestay. It has an incredible house reef, but they never gave us enough food. So I was always hungry. And that's that.
Might all get soaked here. How long did it take? About an hour? Yeah, about an hour. Yeah. It looks clear over there. It was kind of cool. The water was like super glassy. It was raining super hard, so it was really pretty. But I was just like, yeah, I'm gonna get there.
Okay, so we just checked into our final homestay. By checked in, we literally just pulled up to a dock and someone just grabbed our bags and then said, your huts. And here we are. So we are staying on Gam. It's the final island of our trip. This is Mandarin Homestay. I actually got the family bungalow, very fancy. So this is it. There's finally a hammock for me. I've been missing my hammock. This is luxurious. Haven't had one of those. Okay. And then there's the bed, a fan, also luxurious, and a mirror. Holy shit, I haven't seen a mirror. I haven't looked at myself in the mirror in 2 weeks. There's no mirrors on the islands and no like reflective surfaces. Wow, look, I look like shit. Whatever, who cares? And then I'm sure Dad will take that bed. And then I guess I take that little mattress. I can probably put that mattress out here and sleep out here, or I can sleep in the hammock, to be honest. Quite happy with the hammock. So this is it. I'll show you on the other side. Beautiful, hey? Okay, so I'm off to try and find the bathroom, and here it is. So this is our bathroom. These are shared bathroom facilities. So I think that's the shower. There you go. There's a shower there. Just a bucket of water. That's all you need. Hopefully the water though is clean, because sometimes you get just seawater or diluted seawater, and that's the bathroom. I think your hat's flown off into the water over there. Over there. Come on. Can't lose that big fat hat of yours. Luckily mine is safe inside. My beautiful baby. I said it was too expensive to hang out there. Then Dad lectured me about the price of it. I think that's karma for him making fun of my $1,000 hat and lecturing me about it. And then his hat's flown into the water. Got the hat. Good morning. This is where I slept last night. I am in my little room I built. Look at my view. Sick, hey? So I've just got a bed. I've moved the bed outside, and then I've brought a mosquito net with me. So I tied the mosquito net up just because it's so hot to sleep in the huts. So I thought it would be cooler for me to sleep outside, and it was. / I get to wake up to this stunning view right in front of me. So sick. And then there's Dad bringing me tea. Like a good father. It is our second last day. Tonight's our last night. Sad. And I've got these green pancakes. And then I brought a jar of Nutella just in case I really crave sugar or chocolate. Because there's obviously no sugar or chocolate on the islands. That's our restaurant. That's where we eat our breakfast, lunch and dinner. There's my stupid dad. You can see him. And then, if you look down here, I'm on the dock. And then, over there, Where are you? Over there you can see little Nemos. That's why I love it here. Just standing on the dock and you see a Nemo. And that's my bedroom. Look at it. Okay, lunch. Beans, fish, rice. Beautiful view. Okay, so it's my final night in Raja and we've got a beautiful sunset. I'm actually just putting betadine on my foot to try and keep it clean, and I also have barely been in the water, which has been sad, but at least it's towards the end, and the snorkeling where we are isn't as incredible as our first few stops, so that's helping me feel better. Tomorrow we go to Wyag though. It is our final full day. So we go to Wyag. It is, I think, I don't even know how many hours away it is. We have to take a speedboat. It's 4 hours, I think. And it's meant to be incredible. I didn't get to go my first time and I've been kicking myself ever since. So we are spending a lot of money going. We're paying for 3 of us, I think about 750 Australian dollars each. So it's very expensive to get to, but for me, it's something that's been very high on my list and I don't want to leave the second time without seeing it. So we are making it happen. I'm excited. You see sharks. Apparently the snorkeling there is pristine, unlike anything else. So yeah, I'm excited. So you can actually smell a lot of fires being burnt right now because that's the only way locals can actually get rid of their rubbish. So there is no recycling, there's no waste disposal. The only option is to burn it, including plastic. So that's why it is really, really recommended that every tourist that comes to Raja Ampat takes all their rubbish with them, apart from tissues and toilet paper, obviously. But there is no other way for the locals to get rid of their rubbish apart from burning it. So just keep that in mind. Please don't bring a lot of stuff that you plan on disposing of and just leaving here. Everything you have to take back with you. So I've actually got a little bag in my backpack of just rubbish that I am taking back with me. It does make it easier because there are no cans and no cold drinks on the islands really, so you don't have to carry the cans back with you. But yeah, just a note on the rubbish disposal. Okay, now look at my beautiful bed setup, handmade. So I've got my mattress, my pillow, look at my little fan, my battery fan. Can you see it in there? And the key is for the mosquito nets to tuck it under the mattress because they will get in through the floorboards from down underneath. Look at it, I'm so proud of it. Oh, I love my setup. Oh shit, bird just hit it. Cool, hey. Okay, our final dinner. Move, dummy. Egg, beans, rice. Stupid dad. Yesterday when we got here, Dad sat here and I sat opposite him. And then he made me move because he was like, I didn't come all this way to have to stare at your stupid face when you're blocking the ocean. So then I had to move. We just had to sit side by side. So fucking rude. Okay, so it's our last night. Look at my little setup. I'm in my home-made room. I've got my fan going on full blast because even though I am sleeping outside, it is still so fucking hot, like sweating. The owner of the homestay we're staying at just dropped off my favorite dessert, which is dessert/breakfast/snack. It's the bananas, the fried bananas. They are so delicious. I'm obsessed with them. I asked if I could have them on my last night, so He asked his mum and she made them for me and it's delicious. And then we go to Wyag tomorrow. We leave at 6 a.m. I'm very excited, but I can't believe this is the last night. Okay, good morning. We're going to Wyag. It's 6 a.m. There was a massive storm this morning, so it is pouring rain. Perfect weather for a really, really long boat trip. I'm so excited. It's also our last day in Ampat. Sad. He's happy because he wants air conditioning and a running shower. Okay, we're picking up our friend. Let's go.
Okay. Yeah.
Good
Morning.
Where are we going?
Some ponchos, huh? You get
Yeah.
wet on the way over?
Nah, it's actually not too bad.
Good.
Look, happy. Granola.
She's not going to go up and up for the next 3 days.
He's so excited for Sarong. I fucking hate that place.
Sarong är
I hate it.
proper fucking shithole.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you.
Yep, that's what it is.
Anthony, you look like Jesus with the light behind you right now.
Yeah.
Wait, if you had leather underwear, you could be Tarzan.
Yeah.
He's got his binoculars, like a dork. He BYO'd the binoculars across the world.
Nasty, Chloe.
You were thinking it.
Now I'm gonna be TikTok famous.
Idiot.
So we're on our way back to Sarong. It is probably a 6-hour boat ride, very long. Took us about 4 hours to get here and it was pouring rain, but it was still really, really beautiful. Couldn't fly the drone too much, but I flew it towards the end and then we saw the sharks. So basically with the sharks, it's learned behavior. So there's no feeding of the sharks. It's actually not really allowed. But because a lot of the fishermen would cut up the fish right on the dock and then throw the leftovers into the water, that's where the sharks learned to start coming around that area. Anyway, so you're not really meant to feed them. People still do. Tourists have had their fingers chopped off or eaten off, not chopped off. So always be careful of your hands and your toes. So your toes are usually in flippers. I actually swam once there without my flippers, but I was very cautious, just not to make any jerking movements and to be quite calm and collected. Anyway, they are really, really beautiful. I've never been that close to sharks before. Well, apart from the great whites, but that was shark cage diving, so a very different experience. Okay, so I just checked into my hotel room. It took us 6 hours to get back from Wyag to Sarong, and oh my god, it was such a journey. But anyway, I have had a delicious cold Coke with ice. I know, so crazy. And spaghetti bolognese. Stop pointing at me. My first look at this. Ice. Coke. Delicious.
There you go.
Sounds good. Oh. Yummy. And then now I'm about to have a hot shower. My first proper shower in 2 weeks. And clean sheets. And air conditioning. I am so excited for the air conditioning and the hot shower. But I do miss Raja already. I'm already trying to plan my 3rd trip back. Have found out some really cool spots. Wyag trip was really good, but it was just obviously not enough time because we did a day trip, which is ridiculous. So I would love to go back for at least 3 nights and then continue to some other islands that I have been reading about and have heard really good things. They're super remote though and very, very expensive to get to because, as we know, fuel prices are insanely expensive in Raja and people often run out of fuel. So yeah, Bye.